Hey, beautiful lady. I am wondering if you can relate to this story. The other day, I was going in all different directions. There's a million things on my to-do list. I was feeling slightly overwhelmed and a little bit of self-care deficit, maybe a little bit more than I'd like to admit. And, really feeling the stress of this upcoming event that I have happening. And so I was feeling super emotional. And at the end of the day, all I really wanted was for the pain to go away, for myself to be held by my man, held by my mom, who's not even on this planet anymore. And I started to really think about that because I do have a man that can hold me, although he was a little frustrated with my emotional process. And instead of calling out to my mom, who is not here on this planet to hold me, I called out to my sisters. So have you ever had any of those days? Have you ever had those days where things just feel completely overwhelming and you know that you haven't actually been giving to yourself in the way that you can feel more satiated and more alive and more connected because you're just really busy and there's so much going on your plate? Yeah, I thought so. If so, listen up. Hi there, I'm Sierra Sullivan, and I am the creator of the Fun, Fabulous, and Feminine Live experience. And I got to thinking the other day when I was going through my own process and not actually living in my fun, fabulous, and feminine self. I was being quite the opposite of the fun, fabulous, and feminine self, which is actually what this event is really all about. It's about learning to have more access to that part of ourself that more often than not, gets trumped by the day-to-day experiences that we have that don't always feel good, or the ways that we get overwhelmed by our to-do list, or frustrated by our partners, or feeling isolated and lost because we're not deeply connected to a sisterhood, or we don't know who to reach out to when we're feeling bad and we don't know who to actually even support us. Those are things that happen to women on a day-to-day basis. I don't think there's any woman in my life that hasn't had a day or two or three like that. In fact, I even polled a couple women at an event that I hosted the other night to say, on percentage-wise, how much of your day do you actually spend in stress and struggle or overwhelm or negativity versus joy and pleasure, bliss and happiness? And the majority of the women in that room said, gosh, maybe on a good day it's 50-50, but on average it could be 70-30 or even 200% or more, spending days where you're just feeling out of sorts with yourself. So once again, I ask you, can you relate to this, right? Yeah, we live in a world that really puts a lot of pressure on us. It causes us to really squash our natural tendencies to hide parts of ourselves that are actually really beautiful and needed in the world, just to survive, just to get through. And there's so many times where we just want to curl up in a ball and cry and hide away and just be held and loved by someone, anyone really. But we don't often have that opportunity. We don't have that opportunity because the show must go on. Things must get done. There are people that are relying on us. There's things that need to be, dinners that need to be cooked, kids that need to be tended to, businesses and emails that need to be answered to and continue to grow, money to be made, right? There's so many different things that cause us not to be able to take that space and take that time. And what I'm present to is that every single one of us, including me, need to take that time. It is essential and imperative that we take that time and that we give that to ourselves so that we can give from our overflow. Because when we're in deficit, which is more often than not, we keep giving, but we really don't have that to give, and then that ends up lending to more meltdowns, more emotional outbursts, more feeling isolated, more frustration, more chocolate chip cookies, more not going to the gym or the yoga class, right? It's a vicious cycle. So my solution to that is this live experience that many of you have probably been watching or have heard of, that's coming up in March, called the Fun, Fabulous, and Feminine Live Experience. And many of you may be wondering, well, I don't really feel so fun or fabulous or feminine, so why should I come, or what would I get out of this event? And what I want to say to you is that time when you feel the most isolated, when you feel the most overwhelmed, when you feel the most lonely, the place where you don't know who to turn to or who to hold you, and you just need to be held and reminded that you're loved and that you're amazing and that you're beautiful and that you're doing a great job and that you are fabulous and you do have wonderful things to bring to the world. That's what this event is for. This event is here to remind you of your amazingness. It's here so you can fall into the arms of a sisterhood and be held like you've never been held before, in all of your glory, in all of your messiness, in all of your shininess, in all of your darkness. It's a place where you can safely explore the places that have you feeling out of sorts out there, that those patterns that keep showing up again and again and again, and maybe your man or your partner or your friends are going, girlfriend, can you just sort this out? And you just can't seem to sort it out because there hasn't really been enough pause or opportunity or a safe enough container in which to allow you to explore that and really get to the root of what it is. And most likely, you're probably feeling a little pleasure starved. You're probably not having as much fun, or maybe you are having a lot of fun, but it's fun that's sort of maybe burning you out. Maybe you're drinking too much. Maybe you're staying up too late. Maybe you're going to the extreme and partying so far that you're actually hurting yourself. And it feels like fun for a moment, but it's really to make up for the deficit of not having enough fun sprinkled throughout your day. So this event, this 3-day immersion, it's a 3-day experience, it's a journey, it's an arc where we take you from the beginning of that exploration to the deep arms of the sisterhood, out of your minds, into your body, listening more deeply to the parts of ourselves that really are aching and paining and asking for you to listen, to guide you. It's going to be opening up your channels to listen to the guidance outside yourself, being available to the spiritual guidance, the inner guidance, the sisterhood guidance. It's going to give you a new experience of actually accessing and utilizing your natural feminine gifts and talents to get more of what you desire in life without having to twist yourself into a pretzel or live into a box or repress or suppress or squish parts of you that ultimately, turn to illness or cause you to have breakdowns in your life or lose relationships or whatever else might be breaking down for you in any moment. This event is going to lift you back up. It's going to help you feel more alive, more in tune, more in touch. It's going to help you shed any of the negative beliefs you have about yourself or your body or your worthiness. And it's going to give you an opportunity to actually even utilize these new skills to better your relationships with men, to not so much rely on men to fill your tanks as though we kind of do as women, but to really come from a very full place and then experience what it's like to be in connection and communication and relationship with men in the world. So there's lots of amazing surprises, experiences, and things that this event can offer you. But you need to be able to say yes to yourself and carve out 3 days. And yes, it is a 3-day experience and created that way for a reason, because I really desire to pull you out of your environment long enough and immerse you in this new kind of environment that will feed you and fill you and water and replenish that thirst that you're having in your life that you're just not getting on an everyday basis in the day-to-day challenges of being a woman in this modern, demanding, chaotic world. So I want to fill you up. I want to give you these 3 days so that you can walk away feeling more in tune and in touch with who you are as a woman, knowing that you have sisters to cheer you on and love you and support you through the darker times that do come up and will come up, and giving you a ton of tools to deal with those times as well. So if anything I've said to you has touched you, has moved you, has inspired, has encouraged you, then I invite you to go to the website and to really consider joining this movement. It's a growing movement, and we need more women like you. We want more women like you. We have so many amazing women that want to meet you and want to connect with you that are already a part of this movement. So get out your pen and paper or open up a browser and go to funfabfemme.com. That's the Fun, Fabulous, and Feminine live experience. It's a 3-day adventure happening March 11th, 12th, and 13th in Los Angeles, California. If you're feeling the stir, do what it takes to get there. Reach out to us. Let us know how we can support you. We want you there. And if you're watching this video, I want to offer you a special gift of $100 off to join us. That means it's only $300 to be at this event. That's only $99 a day. You probably spend more money than that stressing about your life and whatever else. And I want you to have this experience and not make it an issue. So $100 off. You can use the code POWERFUL, all lowercase, all one word. Hit apply at checkout. You'll get that discount. There's even a 2-payment plan and all sorts of really fun bonuses. So, girlfriend, we got you. Come, rest, and fall into our arms. We will love you, we will shine you up, and we will send you back out feeling fully more fun, more fabulous, and more feminine. We'll see you there.